Ja, ne, ich bin's wieder. Käse, nein, heran. Hin mit meinem Let's Play von Ace Attorney Investigation Prosecutor's Pass. Und beim letzten Mal ist... Verzeihung. Sind wir reingeplatzt in die Gerichtsverhandlung, wo auch zufälligerweise jetzt auch Blaze the Best im Zeugenstand steht. John konnte gerettet werden. Er ist jetzt sicher bei Kay und Gumshoe. Und auch Sebastian ist wieder aufgetaucht und steht jetzt seinem Vater gegenüber auf der Anklagebank. Genau, das wollte ich sagen. So. So, dann wollen wir doch mal. Ich glaube, ich hab da was. Etwas, was uns helfen kann. Is this a handprint? There's something greasy on here too. Is it oil? Judge Courtney, we'd like to request a fingerprint analysis on this paper. Could you please summon someone from forensics? Your request is accepted. Contact the lab at once. Reporting. These are definitely fingerprints. However, it's from a glove. What? Didn't I tell you? It's nothing but a worthless scrap of paper. Just think about it, you know. When handling important evidence. What kind of idiot wouldn't use gloves? Oh wait, wouldn't that be you? The idiot who doesn't know when to give up? That's pretty harsh, talking to your son like that. What's wrong with calling an idiot an idiot? If you want to be the best, you have to be heartless. Nein? I have no compassion for worthless individuals, not even my own son. Nein? Nein, 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 nein. Du bist eine Schande. Pops! You know, you've always called yourself a genius prosecutor, haven't you? Didn't I explain to you this morning why you were a genius up until now? That's right. It was all because of me. Because of my authority. You are always being protected. By people like Courtney and me. Now, get that stinky face of yours out of my sight. Stinking? You know, now that I think about it, that stench might just suit you perfectly. Just keep it away from my nose, or my eyes will start watering. Wrong! You're wrong, Pops! Sebastian, what are you talking about? You're the one who stinks, Pops! It's you, not me! What? You haven't noticed, have you? You smell, Pops! So much that you can't even hide it. Mr. Edgeworth, try smelling the handprint on the newspaper. The smell? It smells like oil. I know something that smells just like it. Come to think of it, back then. It smells like motor oil. Maintaining that motorcycle must be Blaze's hobby. That's right. The smell proves it. It proves that the culprit who hid the evidence was... It's no good. I guess I can't become the best after all. I'm too soft. I could never be so heartless. I just can't bring that down my father with my own hands. Prosecutor the best. Summon your courage. Become a different prosecutor from your father. Wasn't that what you decided? Where are prosecutors? And as prosecutors, we stand in the courtroom. In that case, isn't it our duty to shed light on the truth? exposing crimes and bringing criminals to justice, even if the criminals is your own father. That is your duty as a prosecutor. Didn't I promise you that if you have the courage to stand up, I will show you the way? And if you cannot do it alone, then we shall do it together. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Allow me to present the evidence that connects this handprint with my father. Okay, sehr, sehr gerne. Wir haben ja hier immer noch die entsprechenden Handschuhe. This is the smell of motor oil, the kind used for maintaining motorcycles. Both myself and Mr. Edgeworth have smelled this exact same smell before. Place the best. It was in your garage. Entschuldigung. It was in your garage. Garage. The garage. Ooh la la. And wouldn't you say these fingerprints have a rather peculiar shape? The 5 letters that spell out death. It's exactly the same as your own gloves. You can buy gloves like that from anywhere. It doesn't prove a thing. Is that really the case? That's not the only thing that these two pieces of evidence have in common. The fingerprints on the newspaper that was used to wrap up the bell. And Blaze's mechanic gloves. This is the unmistakable similarity they both share. Aha! Da muss man aber auch gut hingucken. Nämlich hier das A. Da fehlt ein Strich. If you examine the imprint left by the letter A, you'll see it's unmistakably from this glove. What? And that's not all. There's one more item we must take note of, namely these dirt stains. I suggest we do a comparative analysis of the dirt stains from the newspaper and the glove. If the contents match up, then it will prove to be decisive evidence. Bailiff, please have these dirt samples sent to forensics for analysis immediately. Edgeworth, Sebastian, you lowly prosecutors, do you have any idea who I am? Pops, you can't run away anymore. It's been proven in court that you concealed the evidence, and that you tried to cover for the defendant. You're saying that I'm guilty? I'll be sent to prison? Me? Blaze the best? A couple of snot-noses punks are gonna make me disappear? There must be some mistake. Be a man and admit your crimes. Do you really think you can survive if I'm not around? I'll be fine now. I thought I wanted to become the best prosecutor, so I could get your approval, Pops. But when I was kidnapped by your men and stuck in that dark room, I started thinking, I am truly powerless. I despaired and averted my eyes from the truth. But at that moment, Mr. Edgeworth stepped in and showed me the way. And now, I'm no longer just a child chasing after... I've become capable! I can find evidence all on my own now! My man kidnapped you? Why were you? Pops, I'll show you the truth you never knew. Through this trial. Sebastian, how dare you speak to me like that? You should just stayed as an idiot's son. You may have dated me to the very end, Pops. And I've always looked up to you. Thank you for everything up until now. And goodbye. You! Since when did you? All you've ever been able to do was... Sebastian! It has been established that the evidence was concealed by Blaze the Best himself. A judgment regarding his concealment of evidence shall be delivered at a separate trial. The missing chisel and knife still have yet to be found. However, once the search of the waste disposal site is underway, they will surely be discovered. The knife will be found? What will happen to me if it's found? No need to worry. You simply received the punishment you deserve for your crime. Punishment? For me? Blaze, what in the world are you doing? You! After all your posting about being able to create your own truths and not guilty verdicts. That's why I connected you immediately after the prison answer in the first place. And to make that matters worse, you even kidnapped the wrong kid. I just can't believe this. You really are completely useless. That was certainly a violent outburst. But you heard her, Prosecutor the Best. Yeah, she got flustered and said a bunch of important stuff. Right? Indeed, that's correct. He still doesn't seem very sure of himself. Very well, and with that, this court is adjourned. Leap? What? Huh? Who are you? Judge Courtney, it's still too early for a happy ending. Long C says, the end of the trial is not always the end of the case. And who might you be? The name's Shilong Lang. I'm just a humble lone investigator. Do you have some objection with this trial? Ha! Not a chance. The defendant there has a heart as black as a moonless night. Plum? Don't tell me you're the one from 12 years ago. You got it. Ain't this nice? Now you're finally going to prison where you belong. 12 years is a long time coming for a suspended sentence, don't you agree? Wovon redet er? Agent Lang, what are you talking about? The SS5 incident from 12 years ago. It's a case I'll never forget. 12 years ago? Well, a lot has changed. It all happened over 12 years ago. Back then, he and my father were close friends and our clan protected the president's life. But then he suddenly changed. It's as if he became an entirely different person. Nowadays, he doesn't even have a shred of faith in the police force of St. Far. 12 years ago. I wonder what went on then. Might it have something to do with Lang's father and President Huang? Patricia Rowland, and you, Blaze the Best. Back then, the two of you killed off the Lang clan. Were you involved in the incident 12 years ago? That's right, I was. However, I'm not here to chase after ghosts of the past. I'm here for you, Justine Courtney. Me? You and one another. John! Miss Courtney, you're coming along too. As a suspect in the murder of the president of Sengfa, Di Chun Huang. Agent Blanc, what evidence do you... Settle down, Mr. Prosecutor. The investigation has only just begun. We're going to inspect the crime scene with the suspects in attendance. Agent Lang, did he get his hands on some new pieces of evidence? If you have an objection, then you can tag along as well. I shall do just that. The end of the trial is not always the end of the case. There are still many mysteries yet unsolved surrounding the murder of the president. Namely, the true nature of the giant monster and...
Hey, come and get me. I'll be looking forward to it. That is, if you can bring me to justice, but I highly doubt that.
The true identity of the person on the other end of the phone. Und genau dann to be continued. Natürlich, es steht ja immer noch hier die Frage, ob Dings. Wer bitteschön den Präsidenten umgebracht hat. Das darf man ja auch nicht vergessen, aber zumindest ist jetzt der Entführungsfall abgeschlossen. Gut. Insofern abgeschlossen jetzt, dass John gefunden wurde. Und dass er jetzt in Sicherheit ist. Man muss ja immer noch herausfinden, wer ihn genau entführt hat. Gut. Aber ich glaube, das kommt jetzt noch. 6. April, 2:52 Uhr, outside Grand Tower, temporarily film lot. Could you please give it a rest already? The heck? I'm telling ya, it's the best for all your sake to come clean. The staff has their lips sealed shut as the reporters continue their tense negotiations. If you're not here to cooperate with the investigation, I must ask you to vacate the premises. Put a sock in it, copper! You couldn't even stop Mozilla's invasion. Not only did they secretly raise a giant monster, but now the staff was trying to cover it up? Like I said, we haven't been raising any monsters here at the film lot. But ain't you said you done saw order yourself? Sure, I saw it, but it's not like we were keeping it at the film lot. Mind if we butt in? Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. And John. Oh, you'll come here to search for the monster too? We're searching for a criminal, not a monster. Long C says, the darkness inside a criminal's heart can be likened to a monster. Well, when it comes to killing people, criminals aren't much different from monsters. Agent Lang, this is a problem. I can't let outsiders enter the crime scene. These are all key features in the case. I'd like them to be here when the investigation resumes. Agent Lang, regarding what you said about resuming the investigation, where do you intend to start? We'll start by reviewing the case. Today, the body of President Huang was found here at the film lot. The president's whereabouts from 2 nights ago are still unknown. It seems he snuck out from under the eyes of his bodyguards and ventured outside. And that night was the last time he was seen alive. It was when he met with you, Judge Courtney, on the roof of the Grand Tower. Wieso wird jetzt John so nervös? Und habt ihr das gerade gesehen? Sogar seine Milchpackung schwitzt. So, why do you meet with the president? That I cannot say. You can't tell us, even under suspicion of murder? Can't say? Why not? Miss Courtney, if you don't say anything, you'll only be more suspicious. Ha! She must have a reason to clam up. I think you're somehow involved in the president's assassination. The president's body was only discovered today. That still leaves a blank of one whole day after Judge Courtney met with him unaccounted for. Was mir jetzt gerade einfällt, Entschuldigung, wenn ich mich jetzt hier rechtfertigen muss, bevor jetzt irgendwie wieder ein Shitstorm kommt. Ich weiß auch, dass ich mal gesagt habe, dass ich es traurig finde, dass man sich jetzt inzwischen wegen jedem kleinen Scheiß rechtfertigen muss, but still. Wegen der Satz von wegen, warum jetzt John so nervös ist. Sicher, es kann daran liegen, dass hier seine Mutter verdächtigt wird, aber ich habe auch den Eindruck, dass er was weiß. Was Wichtiges. You see? You'll be so impatient. We're gonna fill in that blank right here, right now. The evening of that blank day in question is what's important. What happened here last night? So, why don't you tell us? John Marsh. Me? We know you were here last night. What? John was here? Between that little Missy's testimony and the footprints we've found, we can easily prove it. John, you were rehearsing here last night, right? You were spying on me? I'm sorry. I just came to check up on things. You really shouldn't be staying up so late, you know? Mind your own business! Lol. John Marsh, that young lady was worried about you. You will not speak to her like that. Sorry. How many times have I told you to be more mindful of the way you speak? Is it just me, or does Miss Courtney's personality seem kind of different? She seems to be as strict with her own son as she is with those who violate the law. Are you listening to me? And earlier as well. Lol. Bekommt er jetzt einfach mal einen Vortrag. Und er denkt sich nur bla 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 bla. You should always bear that in mind, no matter the occasion. Can we get on with the investigation already? Pardon me. For Judge Courtney to get carried away like that, this must be her motherly side. Agent Lang, do you suspect John? All I want is the truth. Why was the president killed? And I want to know who killed him. I'll do whatever it takes to find out. It seems the president was like family to him. John, would it be alright if we asked you a few questions? Sure, it's fine. I've got nothing to hide anyway. Aha, wird jetzt der kleine John in die Mangel genommen. Der kleine. Na gut. Ich muss pissen. Egal ob positiv oder negativ, Bewertung immer gern gesehen. Ey, das ist so blöd. Beste Begründung, um einen Part zu beenden. Nicht nur, weil ich wahrscheinlich überzogen habe, sondern ich muss pissen. Ist aber so. Ja, das war's von meiner Seite. Wir sehen uns das nächste Mal wieder. Sehr geil.